Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk what we do in the shadows. And I'm in a weird place today, guys. Um, just got back from Christmas holidays. I went down to the States to hang out with my brother and his family. I know this feels weird because some of you are seeing this like almost in March, I think. So it's weird me talking about Christmas. But since I started the channel, I don't think I've taken this long a break. I haven't done anything since like the 21st. It's the 31st today, so like 10 days of not working on the channel. Great for the mental health, great to hang out with the fam, but weird getting back into the swing of things, I'm not going to lie. And I've actually put it off for a couple of days because I just was in a complete veg out mode to wrap up the year, but I need to get back to work. And yeah, I'm out of practice. I'm out of being in that zone, in that mood, but it's going to come back, but I just need to start doing the work, right? In any case, you don't care. You're just here for an episode of what we do in the shadows. And I'm psyched for more fun. It's weird because we're in short season mode, which I'm fine with, especially in big serialized dramatic television, 8-10 episodes for a season. A lot can happen. It's weird for sitcom mode, and it feels very British, and I suppose that's the root of it. And yet this is an American production. It's got New Zealand creators, it's got British actors, it's filmed in Canada, but it's an American show. Don't ask me how that happens, but that it's American money is basically what it boils down to. And I'm not used to this format for American TV. But I'm digging it. But I'm curious to see whether we're going anywhere at the end of the season. This is our penultimate episode of season 1. We've introduced some longer running plots, but now that their master is dead and we've stood trial, I don't feel like there's the storyline of taking over Staten Island needs to or should continue. So I think we're just back to slice of life with 3 lovable vampires and 1 really big wannabe, and Colin Robinson, who I'm still trying to figure out. Like, he's clearly got actual powers, and yet none of them are vampire-like except in name. But we're calling him a vampire, and he definitely has powers. He fights floating in the air with big flashy lights. Anyway, let's watch episode. I think I'm putting this off a little bit because I'm worried this is going to be a cringy episode. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm worried about nothing. But this is episode 9 of season 1, and it's called The Orgy.
Our home has been selected to host the biannual vampire orgy.
One time they tried going triannual.
Which is bloody pointless, because it takes me at least 6 months to recover from any orgy.
Yes, it does.
Vampire sex is a carnival of desires with pale bodies, as far as the eye can see. An amazing experience that can last years.
It's fine.
Don't sing if you want to live long.
Okay, bless out.
And some real pure opium, about 10 kilos.
Where would I find that?
10 kilos of opium.
What you don't understand is the stigma attached to throwing a poor orgy. I mean, I've known people who have committed suicide after a poor orgy. I wouldn't go that far.
I would kill you, though. And then I'd kill myself. There's no recovery from that humiliation. The notorious orgy of 1937.
No. Don't even say the year.
I cannot even speak the name of the vampire that organized that monstrosity.
I don't give a fuck. His name was Mike.
Fucking Mike.
Fucking Mike.
Oh, and we need an ancient Burmese lingam and yoni set. To be safe, get 6.
Please, Guillermo is my familia. Only I can order him about.
Thank you, Master. Is there anything you need?
All the things they just said.
Most important, we must get a succulent virgin feast.
Well, about that, I've been meaning to tell you.
You need to recover that chaise long, because I'll ejaculate straight through that.
I have a strobe light up and a couple speakers playing some acid jazz. My trusty filing cabinet, I always wanted one of these when I was a child. I got this one because it shows human food, and if I ever have a human in here, they'll feel at home.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Just describe what you see.
Well, it's a beautiful scene. Someone's on the couch sucking and getting sucked.
Louder!
Oh, jeez. No, I will
Poor
not be
Guillermo.
participating in the orgy. No, I don't kiss and tell. But I can tell you is that I don't kiss.
Is Guillermo still a virgin?
Must be my birthday.
I can't. I'm sorry. I was raised very Catholic. I mean, I'm not even technically familiar. Gizmo, get the dildos. Gizmo, try out the dildos. How are the dildos? They're fine.
And what about the virgins? Have you got any yet? No, of course you haven't.
But I'm just trying
But,
to...
but, you're like a non-stop butt machine. That reminds me, have you ordered the non-stop butt machine?
You know what? I'm gonna take 5 minutes before I say something I'm gonna regret.
Oh, easy there.
Dear.
Slam the door.
You gonna let him get away with that?
He's gone. He's gotten away with it.
And it is unacceptable.
I will talk to him. They locked you in this closet?
This is my room.
This is my room. I pay $1,200 a month.
Oh.
New York.
You can either kill them, or you can pretend to listening to them.
Well, I just feel that sometimes...
Yes.
I feel that people aren't listening to me when I
Yes.
say...
Really speak from the
When I
heart.
speak from the heart, I feel like no one's really...
And now that bit is done.
Terrible act of listening.
Orgy stuff. Cat o' nine tails.
I really hope
Oliver
this was all
Cromwell's
washed
head.
well
My
before
cod
packed
piece,
away.
Bat cod piece.
One piece.
You announce yourself, and then do that. Now, the first porno film I ever made was called The Adventures of a Very Randy Vampire. I took part in thousands of pornos over the years. If you see them now, they are still very, very erotic.
Just put it on the pile, Laszlo.
All right then, Constantine.
Who's Constantine the Gimp?
We are still looking for virgins, yes. But my master thought it'd be best to get decorations first, which makes sense because,
Doesn't make sense.
Did you ask about the jade buttock eggs?
no, I did not.
Butter cakes.
Buttock eggs made from jade that you put inside your butt.
I don't think they have them.
I'd have to check on that for sure.
They'd-
We do mostly like loot bags for kids.
I don't think they have them.
no Benoit, Jade Benoit bills.
Master's gonna help me find a virgin. Because
Monty
it is
Python
slim pickings
Appreciation
out
Society.
here in these streets.
If you saw a man dressed in this mask, would you think it was a mood killer?
Yes.
Or would you come? He looks delicious. He has to be a virgin.
Guillermo! Hey, Jeremy!
Oh.
I thought it was you.
You having a party or something?
No.
Yes.
No, I don't think Jeremy and his girlfriend would want to come to a lame party.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, no, that was a catfish.
Jeremy is definitely a virgin. I mean, big time.
He's gonna
But,
die.
He's also my friend.
I don't want my friend to die.
It's for my nosebleeds.
Jeez, Jeremy.
It's not going well. But you know, once I finally have that under control.
Oh, boy.
No. Oh no.
Okay, oops. Yeah, that's a nosebleed.
Yeah.
So sexy,
Just
Fernandor.
We must have him.
It's going to be a tough one.
Poor Guillermo.
This was banned for 60 years.
Let's see State College win their big games out there. Star quarterback.
Oh,
yeah.
Bee-Babaluba, yeah. I'm about to launch a Sputnik.
It's so bloody boring.
I joke. I'm 80.
You'll never guess where this is going. Ah, God.
The only thing those videos were good for was for putting crying babies to sleep.
And now the 1990s. Could it be any sexier?
It is not quite right for our orgy. It's like erotica for churchgoers. It's boring.
Boring. You think it's all boring?
Laszlo.
No. Unbelievable reaction. I showed her a century's worth of my pornos. I don't think she followed the plots.
Hey, Jeremy.
Too much plot.
We've been friends since high school. I invited Jeremy to the party. No, just yourself. Oh, I think they got all the drinks covered. You know what? I'm doing whatever it takes to become a vampire.
Sorry, somebody told me this was a closet.
It's going to be an amazing orgy.
I'm not coming.
What are you doing? What is this? Are you role-playing as a depressed man? It's not working.
I'm not coming to the orgy. I'm not in the mood.
What? Do you want our orgy to fall apart and for our good vampire names to go down in history with he whose name that we never say the name of?
You mean Mike?
Yes, fucking Mike.
To be honest with you, I couldn't care less. Good night.
Yes, I suppose I am a little bit stressed. To throw a bad vampire orgy, I don't know how one
No
would
one wants to be
recover.
Mike.
Half the bats you see, they are just vampires that have thrown terrible orgies. They just flit around. Shame bats. Bats full of shame.
Shame.
Jiangxi!
Nadia!
Chinese jumping vampire. Is he a Babadook?
No, actually, I'm a bada book. You know, like bada bang, bada book. Hey,
New York humor.
And I don't believe for 1 minute that the raccoon actually solved the Rubik's Cube. There are clearly cuts in the video, but it was darling.
Oh, hi, I'm Jeremy. I brought mochi ice cream.
Everyone, the Virgin is here!
Good enough reason to leave right away, Jeremy.
I think I did a good job as a familiar. Yeah. Maybe not so much as a friend.
Oh, poor Guillermo.
They're gonna tear him apart.
I'm here! The life of the orgy has arrived.
What is he wearing?
I've done a bad thing.
But you could argue, though, that all you need is a cell phone.
Listen, my name is Laszlo, and I was not going to come to this orgy this evening because my heart was in pain. Recently, I was watching all of my porno films, which are sexy and a turn on, but they lack one thing, and one important thing. The love I share for my good lady wife, Nadia.
Mood killer.
Here's to love and making love.
What a boner killer.
And I thought Mike threw a bad orgy.
I think I'm going to take off.
No, wait, everyone, no, wait.
I brought my virgin friend into a house full
Jeremy
of vampires.
may survive yet. Thanks to Laszlo.
I gotta help him.
Nose bleeding, asthma suffering, Virgin!
Jeremy, you have to leave that old vampire.
Guillermo, this party's awesome.
Constantine. Save Jeremy.
Looks like Jeremy's not a virgin anymore.
This orgy didn't count. Don't tell your friends it was a bad orgy.
So, just us three then?
Colin! I can't believe he's wearing that. And he's still as boring as ever.
Okay, these are both good.
I'm just going to check up on Leslie. Poor guy. I don't think nature will let him forget about this one.
Oh, what a great way to show it.
Yeah.
I know I don't talk much in these because I'm just laughing. It's such a good time. It's such a clever episode because I had nothing to cringe about at all. And it's kind of like that episode of Seinfeld, The Contest, which is all about masturbation, but never actually says it. This is all about the orgy, but it shows nothing except for Jeremy and Constantine there and a couple of bats. Even though we went through porn through the century, every couple of decades, we never saw anything because it was so boring. I just love, I love the design of this episode, and through it all, it's really Guillermo's episode because first he's dealing with the stress of being the familiar for all three of the vampires, basically. But also something, a subject that he's obviously not familiar with himself, and presumably he's a virgin too. And I mean, if he's been a familiar for 10 years, it's kind of surprising that they haven't had their way with him yet. But he's going through this crisis of being a good familiar or being a good friend. And when he runs into Jeremy, and I love how, in a weird way, vampirism is very egalitarian. That's not the way to put it, but they have very different standards because Jeremy would not be attractive to very many people at all. And yet he's incredibly attractive to Nandor, primarily because he's a virgin. The nosebleeds are certainly the cincher. And it's amazing how quickly he saves himself just by getting it on with Constantine. I love that we put Colin in bondage gear, that the actor's wearing it throughout the scene. Mark Proch doesn't have a sexy body. He knows he doesn't have a sexy body. He knows it's funny, him wearing bondage gear. Everyone on the show knows it's funny when, even when he's in bondage gear, he's ridiculously boring. I love that Jeremy and Colin and Constantine at the end are playing Magic the Gathering. I'm presuming it's Magic the Gathering. It's something similar, if not. Still dressed for the party. Nadia was the interesting one in this episode because in the intro, everyone else is talking the orgy up. And she finishes with a, meh, it's okay. And yet she fully understands the shame that comes with running a poor orgy. And yes, she's bored with Laszlo's long career in porn, but is she also jealous, or are they? I mean, clearly they're boring, and her comment to that effect is 100% on point. But is she also jealous? I mean, they've been married for longer than film has been around. His words on the stepladder on the megaphone at the end might have actually reached her, even though it ruined the party, even though Jeremy was no longer a virgin, even though everybody's going home and presumably they're going to go into the annals of biannual vampire orgy, the same as fucking Mike from 1937. They still end up screwing like a couple of bats at the end. And what a great way to tell the story, but not, put a spin on it. Let's not go through the awkwardness of putting the actors either in an over-the-top sex scene or couch for television sex. Let's just have two bats screwing in the middle of a bare room. It's a funny show, but I admire how well written it is too, and not just how funnily written it is, but the way it's structured, the storytelling that's going on, the other stuff beyond the immediately funny of it all is surprisingly good, and I really dig it. And I'm psyched for another episode. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Can't wait for next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.